2.9 Xbow Cycle, a deck that has not seen the light of day for eternity, a deck that has been banished to the Shadow Realm of unviability for what feels like years, a deck that no top ladder player is ever going to touch with a 10-foot pole. This deck was all the rage back in the day. It was the original Xbow Cycle deck, but it has fallen short many years ago and just has not been seen anywhere near the high ladder ever since. So the question is this deck still somehow alive, or is it so terrible that it is just completely unusable and results in instant losses and defeats? Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Just felt like doing a little bit of a different intro today, and that's right, as you could probably already tell from the gameplay and what I just said, I'm going to be playing 2.9 Xbow Cycle and taking it for a spin in Clash Royale today. So this is the OG Xbow Cycle deck, and it actually has not been seen in forever. It was replaced by 3.9 Xbow Cycle all the way back in 2020, around March or so, when the meta kind of shifted and Xbow decks did start to play the Knight in place of the Ice Golem. This was not always the case, but it was the case for quite a while, and it has never gone back. There have been no notable 2.9 Xbow Cycle players in recent memories. There were some legends that kept it alive. One was someone called Sir David Wins-A-Lot. He was an absolute beast, and he actually did get some top 300, 400 finishes with the deck, I believe. Absolutely insane. Another legendary name that comes to mind is Nova Arda. If you guys are OG Xbow Cycle players or content watchers, you might have recognized Nova Arda as well. I used to post some videos of his on my channel as well. He did actually play with 2.9 for the longest time. Everyone was like, why are you not playing 3.0? Why are you sticking to Ice Golem? And he just stuck to the Ice Golem. I cannot speak today. But he just stayed with it for whatever reason. And eventually he did cave and switch, but for the longest time he was still on 2.9. It was awesome. But yeah, ever since then, there's literally no one playing this deck right now. So I'll be trying to take it for a spin and just have some fun. I'm currently above 2,000 rating points in Ultimate Champion League. Just kind of reached Ultimate Champion on this account recently. Gonna kite the Skele King out of Xbow range with the Ice Spirit, and I do get a really nice Xbow lock for my efforts. Going to protect this Xbow with the Ice Golem and the Archers. So Ice Golem right there, putting in quite a bit of work. One real benefit of this card is its cost. It's only 2 elixir, and it's not really a mini tank, but it sort of serves a similar purpose because it does have quite a bit of HP. Of course, the biggest detriment of it is that it doesn't attack back, which is what we do get out of the Knight, which is why Knight is much more commonly seen these days. But anyways, Ice Golem is known for its kiting capabilities as well because it does not attack stuff back. You can kite stuff to the opposite lane with it, and it's just a pretty cheap, effective card. I'm getting a pretty tricky matchup for my first game here against a Skele King Graveyard deck, and he also has the Valkyrie in here. Well, he also has Fireball, Arrows as spells, which are both really good spells to have against Xbow, of course. Arrows just invalidating the Archers, Fireball invalidating the Evo Archers, helping out against an Xbow in a pinch, stuff like that. Gonna go for my Evo Skeles on this Graveyard, and then Xbow. If he goes for Arrows, that is a -7 trade on that Graveyard. He went Graveyard Arrows against Skeleton, so that is a huge play, and I like doing that with Evo Skeles Archers in Xbow Cycle in general, where you can force out the Arrows with the Evo Skeles, and then you can get your Archers to have free reign, or even vice versa. You can force out Arrows with the Archers, and then your Evo Skeletons can have free reign. It's really up to you. I do get a baby Xbow lock in the right, and I'm going to keep the pressure up right now, because I just kind of need to. Going to Evo Archers for this Valk, and then hover my Skeles for his possible Inferno Dragon. Since he's not seeming to go for one, I'll just go for the Ice Golem to preemptively tank. Fireball the Zappies, he was not ready for that at all, so I will get a really nice Xbow connection once more. Ice Golem is also going to connect to the tower. Fun little conundrum people have, is the Ice Golem a win condition? Technically, it does target buildings, right? But I don't really think it counts as a win condition. Just kind of a fun little argument some people have. I think I'll just set up with a Tesla. You'll notice the way I'm playing this matchup, because actually this used to be a pretty popular meta deck, and we'd have to know how to play this matchup with Xbow Cycle, is you want to be very aggressive so they can't ever build up a huge graveyard push with their supportive spells, and also you want to be using a lot of Teslas. For example, I'm going for a lot of pre-Teslas, sometimes even stacking multiple of them, because that's one thing the opponent can't really kill if you place it well. Like, no one's really going to Fireball a Tesla, and if you pre-Tesla quite a bit, you can get a fair amount of value from it against the iDrag, against the Zappies, against the Valkyrie even. So yeah, pretty nice situation right now. Just going to go for the double Fireball, and the game is pretty much over. I would say I played this one really well. I just pressured a lot the whole game, and he didn't really have any chance to make much happen on his end. But still, that was just very clutch overall. And I will definitely take it. First win against an interesting Graveyard deck. Have not seen that one in ages. I guess both of us are going back to the Stone Ages to pull out these decks, but that is going to be a win with 2.9 Xbow Cycle. We do get the Royal Wild Chest for our efforts, so very fitting and apt for the first win. Alright guys, found a match against OG Poppy from Fierce Force. Oh, I know this clan, I'll give them good luck. One of my good friends, Levi, is the leader of this clan, and I used to be in it for quite a while actually. We see the Bomber is going to be evolved. That's going to be problematic. Evo Bomber is a very annoying card for Expo to deal with. Let me just fireball this Loon into the Tesla. Looks like he placed it in the bypass placement, so it's not going to go towards the Tesla, but at least shoved it into range, and I will avoid the death damage on the tower, so it's not really too bad. He does go for the eye drag. I think I'll just go archers. I could also Expo opposite, but since I just fireballed, I don't have a fireball for his barbarians, so I'd rather not risk anything, really. Lava Hound does come down. He might have arrows in this deck. Most Lava Hound decks these days do in fact run that card, so that's going to be a bit tricky. But the one pretty good thing, if he does not have a miner at least, is that Ice Golem is going to be really good against Lava Hound. Like, as you can see right now, it tanks against the Lava Pups, the Inferno Dragon. It's the same exact role a Knight would serve, but for one less elixir, because a Knight is not going to attack air. So that's one, like, I'm finding some niche uses of the Ice Golem, I guess. And I forgot to mention, but the only reason I even am doing this is because I did make a community post where I beat a giant graveyard player with 2.9 Xbow Cycle. I was so happy about it, and it got a lot of likes, and someone actually said, I have to see this content, like, you have to make a video for us. So I was like, okay, why not? I'm doing that right now. So again, as I've said before, if you guys do have fun content ideas that I like, I will totally listen and try and do that if I can. Let me Skeletons activate King. Okay, that was not the best micro, but I wanted to like Ice Golem as well before that locked onto the tower. I did avoid the King Tower activation, unfortunately, but at least I didn't take too much damage. I'll fireball the Skeleton Dragons. Ice Golem will get some Frost Nova damage on the tower. I do have my Evil Archers in cycle, so I could maybe make some magic happen with them. He is most likely going to Lava Hound the back. Yes, he does, so I'm going to Expo. I was kind of hovering it in anticipation of that. And now we're in double, so this is looking pretty good for me. I'm going to Ice Spirit Log to kill the Bomber. Thankfully it's not evolved, or that would be 668 damage, I believe, exactly on my tower. I'll go for my Evo Archers to melt this Lava Hound. If he has a Fireball, he does. Yeah, unfortunately he does. So that's going to kind of melt my Evo Archers, take them off the board instantly. But it's not too bad. I can Fireball, I can Ice Golem to protect my Tesla. And I'm already back to another Tesla in 2 more cards. If I even need it, though, I might not. I can go for my low Archers. He does have to arrows them off, but this is going to be way too little too late, because the push is already taken care of. And now if he goes for a Lava Hound, okay, he does go Evo Barbs the bridge. Pretty aggro. I think I'll just go Evo Skeles, and I can showcase one of the few talents of the Ice Golem. Actually, I'll just Ice Golem high. I was going to kite over, but I realized I would probably want that to stay alive anyways. And Skeletons are putting in work against the Bomber. Let me Fireball the Idreg to knock it off the Expo. Skeletons to tank. That's going to be a good game. He has no resets in this deck. Fireball arrows, so very solid game. 2.9 does okay against Lava Hound, I'd say. So that's one of the few rare matchups that the deck is actually not too much worse than 3.0 in. Alright guys, into our next match against Durkobold, and let's see what this guy's going to be running. I don't know how to feel about 2.9 overall. I mean, it's very fun to play, and with the double evolutions, of course, I can use Archers and Skeletons, but that being said, it is still just objectively worse to use Ice Golem over the Knight. Like, unfortunately, that's just what it comes down to, but I'll see what I can do. Skeleton Dragon's Bomber, no idea what this is. I'll Expo opposite, let's find out. Loon. Oh, maybe another Lava Hound deck? That would be kind of wild. Let me go Fireball Ice Spirit and maybe get no hits on the Expo. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Just barely did not get that off. And now I'm down a lot of Elixir. I'm going to have to let that lock onto tower. So I'll go Archers once that Bomber is locked onto my tower, because obviously I can't really let them die to the Bomber. Does go for those arrows, so I'll just Tesla in the corner here. And if he has like a miner, that could spell trouble. But for the most part, I'm thinking this defense is locked up. Yep, it's fine. I guess one thing it's kind of a wash where Ice Golem versus Knight is these lava matchups if they have a miner, because Knight does attack back against the miner, Ice Golem does not. But I guess Ice Golem's utility against the air support troops kind of makes up for it. I honestly would say Ice Golem is better than Knight against these air matchups in Xbow Cycle, and I'm kind of fortunate to be getting Lava Hound matchups, I suppose. But let me show you guys this fun little play. Ice Golem to kite. I missed one barb, unfortunately, but I can eat that. Like, that's actually, it won't even hit the tower anyways. Evo Bomber, oh, that's annoying. I'll go Evo Archers to, yeah, kill the Skeleton Dragons, Ice Spirit as well. Okay, hold up, I think I messed up, because I have to Fireball the Balloon. I can't Tesla. If I Tesla, it'll already get 2 hits on the tower. I will lose. I have to Fireball. I'll still take 1 hit, though. and this is not looking amazing because I'm most likely going to lose my tower. I did just use my Evo Archers too. I feel like that was kind of on me, I guess. It was a decent Expo, but the Archers were the overcommit because I needed them for the balloon. I was just down too much elixir. I spent too much, and I kind of do regret it, actually. But I will be aggressive now. I need to get as much of a lock as I can. So I'm definitely going to overcommit. I'm going to Ice Spirit Log to kill this bomber as well. And we do force the Fireball out, then I can Tesla. But he is just going to take the tower most likely because, I mean, he can balloon behind. I don't have much going for me. Well, I can Ice Golem Archers. I might stay alive, but I think he has arrows in this deck too, right? So he will be able to take my Archers out, unfortunately. Yeah, he does have arrows in the deck, so that is going to be over. Actually, let me go for this super clutch play, guys, Xbow, and that's actually going to keep the Lava Hound at bay, and that's going to be quite a bit of damage. He does go for the Evo Bomber. The tower is already gone anyway, so I'm not too worried. He does kind of waste his Evo Bomber. Let me Tesla to snipe this balloon, and although this is a very unfortunate situation, of course, going into a tower trade with Xbow is never ideal. At least I'm going in with about a 2,000 damage lead, which is pretty sweet, I have to say. And he might have to respond to these skeletons. Yeah, he does arrows them off, which does leave my Archers. They do get fireballed, actually, but I'll go in again. I can fireball the Barbs if they come down. He has Barbs, right? Wait, actually, does he have Barbs? I think he does. Or am I tripping? I don't know. I don't think he has a miner, though, that's for sure. But I'll Skeletons to tank all of this. I know he has Skele Drags, he has Evo Bomber. I'll split my Archers. He should have Barbs, right? Like, all Lava Hound decks have Barbs. I mean, Evo Barbs just fit very well. Yeah, there they are. Let me fireball them ASAP. Boom, they get taken out. Let me Ice Golem the tank. And we force out the balloon, which is pretty solid, because now he doesn't really have much of a push to make. Does go for a nice Evo Bomber snipe. Very annoying. I mean, 600 damage for playing something at the bridge is ridiculous, but it is what it is. We do still have a nice lead. Now I'm finally going to chill because I got all my damage. He's definitely like predicting an Expo right now. Usually you have to find the fine balance between being aggressive with Expos in this matchup and sometimes just being very chill and letting them play into you. I'll Expo because he's low on elixir. I can go Tesla very last second for this balloon. Let me go for that. You do force the Evo Barbs out. Oh, I missed the Tesla. Okay, that's unfortunate, guys. That would have been a perfect play if I didn't miss that Tesla. Instead, I take one to the face. A big balloon hit, but it should be okay. I'll Expo again. I think I've outcycled the Barbs, so this should be good game, actually. Yep, I've outcycled them. Beautiful. And that's going to be it, guys. I'll Skele's Log to predict the Barbs now. Does go late Loon, but that is Fireball range. Beautiful stuff. Another nice win. And I'm definitely going to take that. 2.9. We're actually cooking with it today. Alright, guys. Found a match against Saugot, and somehow we're actually getting wins with 2.9. It's kind of wild. But let's see what I can do. So, Spear Gollemon's not looking like a great situation right now. Yeah, Spear Gollemon's minor, so it is looking like it's going to be minor wall breakers. In fact, that's exactly what it is, as we are greeted with the namesake of the deck, both the minor and the wall breakers in the right lane over there. So, this is not a great matchup at all for 3.0 Xbow Cycle, and 2.9 is definitely even worse, to be honest, but this should be a nice lock. It is. I couldn't predict those Spear Golems. If I went Skeletons, I wouldn't have like killed them. It would have just stalled me out. And I think it was better to let them go and then defend like that on my side of the map anyway. I was kind of low on elixir. I do get a small lock. You can see what I tried to go for there. Pretty aggressive. Being that aggressive early on in this match is very important. Minor Wall Breakers is a very tough matchup for Expo. Not sure why he's spamming the WoW. Maybe he recognizes me. That wouldn't be unlikely, I guess, but I can't think of any other reason actually. But we will kill those Wall Breakers and let's see what I can do. Gonna Ice Golem to catch this miner. Very nice. So if they go miner in the safe spot, you can still catch the miner with the Ice Golem, as you can see. It does actually pretty much full counter it. It also kites it. But a miner placed in the back, for example, you can't really Ice Golem to full counter it. It'll just like tank a bit of hits, and then it'll eventually just die. Let me Expo Ice Spirit as well to predict a bomb tower, as he does go for the knight and poison. Yeah, let me log though. Let me try and get a lock nonetheless. We do get one actually. Can't really defend that miner. If I caught it with the archers, it would have been okay, but the poison was still lingering, so didn't feel like there was much of a purpose. I could Tesla if he goes wall breakers right now, so I'm not too worried about him going for some kind of punish. I believe he has Evo wall breakers in this deck, right? Or am I mistaken? I don't remember if I saw the Evo tag on them. Actually, they might not be evolved based on what I just saw. It might be like Evo Bats, Evo Knight. Either way, it's still pretty annoying. I mean, all the combinations of Evos in this deck are pretty annoying for me to deal with. Yeah, just Night Poison. Like, he's doing a pretty good job. I mean, this is all he has to do. Just tank for the Xbow, and then go for the Night, or rather, tank for the Xbow, go for the Poison on it, and I can't do anything, legit. Anyway, let me Xbow on the left. He does have to log the right, which means he can't Poison log at least, so that's one benefit. I could Tesla to DPS if he goes for something right now. I don't know. Let me try and catch this miner. Ice Spirit does catch it. Very nice, actually. I do catch the miner. Let me log as well, but yeah, he's already back to a log, actually. So you can see the problem with this matchup, why I really hate it. Because you can never break through if they defend well, and it's just a real annoying matchup. Like, it's just kind of bang your head against a wall. I'll Tesla to DPS down this bomb tower. Need a lock right now, and we do get one. Beautiful. So kind of caught him off guard there with that huge burst of damage. I do get a nice lock for my efforts, but it's like I'm fighting for my life right now. I'm pulling out everything I have to make these connections happen. And even when I get them, it's not like anything too special. It's still just sort of frustrating. Also, just a reminder of something when I said pulling out everything to make these connections happen. Kind of a funny story, guys. I was at school with one of my friends the other day. We were studying, and we started using LinkedIn. I mean, I've always used it for a while because my dad told me it was like good to have. But my friend just got it recently. Oh my god, I got screwed by that wall breaker. Wow, that just really screwed me over, actually. But my friend was just spam requesting everyone he saw on LinkedIn, like literally random people he never even knew. And it was really funny because I have a video of him just like clicking every single connection request or connect like option with a bunch of sounds. He was clicking so fast that even after he was done, the sound in the browser was still playing afterwards because he was just like spamming so much that like, I don't know, it was just really funny in the moment, like him literally just spamming connection requests to everyone on LinkedIn, and eventually he got like notified that there's a connection limit in the week, and he actually hit the limit, so like connection request limit, so he couldn't ask for any more. And then he also had to verify that he was like a real human, I think, because there were like some suspicious activities been going on this account. So that was just a really funny story that my own commentary reminded me of. Very irrelevant to the match, but I'm gonna just go in. Nice, we do force out the poison, so my goal right now is to keep the aggression up and just force responses out on these Xbows. I do, force out defensive miner is perfect, so now we can't miner on offense. All I really need is to prevent him from poison spamming my tower. It looks like we succeeded in that, and I should be good now. I'll fireball the bats. Guys, Evo bats, you do not want to mess around with those. You pretty much have to fireball them, because if you let them go, they're going to ruin your entire career. Like, I have lost games with that card single-handedly. They're very good against Xbow. We're going to take the win, though. Ice Spirit, I can Ice Golem to kind of tank. Not really, because it's going to walk up. As you can see, that's kind of the interaction that happens. But it tanks a few hits, and he gives the wow. Honestly, I'm pretty proud of that win. That was a very tough matchup, and I think I just played better. So he's being a good sport as well. Props to this guy. But yeah, I'm very proud of that win, actually. That was really clutch. 2.9 against Minor Poison. Very tough matchup. That is how it's done. So I'll definitely take that, guys. That's going to be 2,100 on Path of Legends as well. So definitely some great stuff. Alright, guys, so in a match against Wolf, and unfortunately the streak did not go very well because I encountered some very tricky matchups and lost. Like, I feel like 2.9 is even worse than 3.0, solely because you lack the outplay potential that Knight also offers you. I mean, sometimes Knight attacking back, or I don't even know if it's like much outplay potential, but just the differences that Knight enables that Ice Golem does not. Definitely just help you in quite a few matchups, and I feel like me lacking that just makes it even harder against even tank matchups, like maybe Electro Giant, like Giant Graveyard, man, one of my most despised decks in the entire game, I swear. Probably also because of the deck I play, I'm a bit biased, but I think it's also pretty widely hated. I mean, everyone like talks about it on Twitter and stuff. But yeah, it looks like we're against Xbow Cycle, finally a decent-ish match. I mean, the LavaLoon ones weren't too bad, but yeah, Minor Poison was definitely terrible, so let me just Ice Golem, and I think the Graveyard one wasn't the best either. I think I just played it pretty well. I feel like 2.9 has very little, if any, good matchups in this meta. Log Bait's pretty bad. I'm thinking about Cycle decks. I mean, Hoggy Q is also, like, not good. I feel like the Ice Golem is, like, okay, in the sense that it does help you out. Oh, he kind of messed up. I think that's a good game, guys. I'll Ice Golem for this Valkyrie, and Evo Archers as well to kill it. And that's going to be a very nice punish with the Evo Skeleton, so very beautiful stuff. Honestly, I feel like Xbow's kind of like on its dying legs, but what's keeping it alive right now is the evolutions, especially the Evo Archers, but also the Evo Skeles, as you saw in that interaction. That lock was solely thanks to the Evo Skeles, actually, so shout out to those for helping me out. Let me Tesla for this Hog real quick, and it looks like it's going to be Hog Rocket. because he has Valk goblins. That's not really seen in Hog EQ, and also if he had an EQ, he definitely would have already used it on my Xbow, where he actually I don't even know. I'm pretty sure it's not EQ though. I always like when I'm playing and I'm like talking about other stuff while playing, not 100% locking into the match. I always forget like what exact cards I've seen from my opponents, but let me fireball all of this. That should be pretty well controlled. Does go for a NATO, and the Exe swings at thin air. Beautiful. Because of that overcommit, actually, I will go in, and he should not be able to rocket right away. Let me log. He might go hog. He does rocket now, but I do get one tick. I think, actually, I don't even know. That might have just been the log, but I do get something, I suppose. But Ice Spirit will force out the Valk. And I'm not going to spell cycle. I'll just stack my archers. He can't exactly do much. He could log NATO, but that's a -2 anyways, and the archers will get quite a bit of value, actually. So, yeah, this is like a huge comfort matchup for me. Even with 3.0, I love Hog Exe with Rocket. If it has Lightning, that changes it very vastly. That does not become a very good matchup. That becomes very terrible, actually. Or not terrible, but very unfortunate, because it's much more tricky. But yeah, we see the Exe in the back. I just Fireball Cycled there because I feel like that's what you can do in this matchup. Say I wasn't up so much damage, I would just start Fireball Cycling to get that kind of damage lead, because he can't punish you. He can't rocket your tower. You have an Xbow, so if he rockets you, he loses the game. This looks pretty tricky, but I should be okay. I'll go Archers low. I just have to control the Exe, really. Hogs will never break through in this matchup. It's just the execution you have to worry about, because ExeNado can do things. But yeah, we're looking like we're fine. I think I can Fireball the Exe. I will, in fact. And I can log as well. And this might be another Expo connection if he's not ready for it. Okay, looks like he was. Let me just control this Exe even further, though. Ice Spirit and Ice Golem. Expo will lock on as the Hog jumps the river. Very courteous of that Hog to do so. And I'll actually Expo instead of Tesla, because I want to make an offense happen, and he can't exactly rocket this. So you do force out the Exe. -1 for me, but I mean, forced out Executioner, wrong lane for him is not really that bad. He's going to support it now. I can just Fireball Ice Golem, and I am totally chilling. Like, I'm really happy with this situation. Like, this is a very chill matchup again. One of the rare instances of a good matchup for 2.9 Xbow Cycle. Dare I say, anyways. Good Tesla prediction on the Hog. Let me go Archers as well. Unfortunately, the Exe is going to melt them. No, it doesn't. Oh, it doesn't kill the Archers? Okay, that's really huge. Did not know that interaction. So, Evo Archers survive an Exe. I guess that means Firecracker does too. That's kind of wild. That would be annoying, actually, if, like, I feel like Firecracker should not. Okay, good catch on the Exe with my Ice Golem, but I think it will walk out of range. Anyways, though, you will see what I'm doing here, guys. I'm just pressuring so much that he can't ever go for a rocket on the tower. That's kind of what he wants. He definitely should give up now. I mean, the game is totally over. But yeah, I'm not letting him ever rocket my tower, because that's how they can get damage. Like, I think Viper, the way he plays this matchup, the best Hog ExeNado player in the world, he just rocket cycles on the tower, and that's how it goes. But I pretty much kept up the pressure all game. It was pretty great pressure, if I do say so myself, and that's how that matchup is played, so another nice win. Alright guys, let's get back to 2.1k before calling it. Found our final game, hopefully, against Cyberscale X. Give him the good luck. Let's see what deck this guy is going to be running. Eclipse actually do recognize that clan. I have some friends who are in it, I believe. So Hog does come down. Let me log. Okay, beautiful log. That's a really important trick, guys. Catching them off guard. That's going to result in him absolutely getting screwed over and probably good game. He was totally not ready for that. As you can see, he went skeletons like a few seconds late because he thought the Hog would tank for a bit longer. But by catching them off guard with a log or a fireball or a burst of damage, you can really just win the game. I'm going to call it a good game right now because I want to get in his head a little bit. Some psychological warfare. But yeah, if you do those tricks early on in the match, your opponent's not ready for it. That is how you set yourself up to win the game. So that's really nice. I'll just Fireball the Muskie. It's not the lane I'm going for, but I think it's still fine. I can Ice Golem log, I guess, for this. I'll log low because I want to prevent some Ice Golem headbutting on my tower. It'll still get the Death Nova, but no headbutt, so yeah. If he goes Muskie again in the left, I don't think I should Fireball it because, I mean, the first one was fine. That's how I'd play the matchup normally, but now, I mean, I still have my huge lead in the right, so no real point doing that. Does go for a cannon. I'll let this go. It's okay. I have to worry if he goes Hog in front of the Muskie. You have to be careful of all kind of situations and possibilities based on the current position of the board. So he could have gone Hog in front of the Muskie. He could have gone Hog on the Expo. Had to be ready for all of those. Gonna log off the Evo Skeles. Tesla for the Hog. And the hog is not in range of the Xbow, guys, but even if it was, notice my Tesla placement, that would actually kite a hog out of Xbow range, so that was another fun trick for you. And now this is definitely a good game, because he's not coming back from this much of a deficit. I think he has outcycled my Tesla, or he will in a little bit, but that's not really the end of the world. I mean, the game is still pretty much over, because there's no way he's bouncing back. Like, these kind of cycle matchups, you know, Log Bait, Hog Rider, Minor Poison's an exception because it's such a boosted deck, but like Hog Rider, Hoggy Q, even if you're up like say 2.5k in single, like the game is over. So I'll go in. I let him get quite a bit of damage there. He did overcommit a lot though, so I don't think he's really ready for this. I'll Ice Spirit to predict a Musketeer. I do get it off, perfect. Let me protect even more. Skeleton's Log. Was not ready for that last second log again. Got him with that trick, guys, and that is going to be another connection. That's going to be a good game. So yeah, that is really all it comes down to, that last second log. It's a very fun play. I love making it, and this was kind of a sad final match because, I mean, it would have been nice to have a battle of epic proportions. The OG Cycle decks, 2.9 Xbow against 2.6 Hog, but he just kind of dropped the ball a lot in this game, so just a really easy win. But I'll still take it. That's going to be 2.1k again, like ranked. I think I'm probably the highest person with 2.9, or one of the highest, because no one plays it legit, so yeah, that's going to be it, guys, for 2.9 Xbow Cycle, the exhibition of the deck. I did a video on this, like, so long ago, but I wanted to do one again because you guys asked for one, and I was like, you know, it would be fun, so why not? But yeah, that's going to be it. As you can see, there are still some very tough matchups. That Giant Graveyard one was just pure agony, so much pain, but I was able to win some other nice ones. Splashyard also very tough with the Evil Bomber and LP, and they're very much a hard counter. But still, 2.9, very fun to try out, so thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.